Drugs are flowing, including fentanyl, which is killing Americans in staggering numbers. Smugglers are bringing people who themselves are being victimized along the way. You can say a lot of things about the state of our southern border, but literally no one thinks it is currently safe or secure except the guy in charge of making it so. Joining us now is Texas Congressman Tony Gonzales. Congressman, you represent a border state. Is the border secure?
No, it's the furthest, Trey, thank you for having me on. It's the furthest thing from secure. You know, I represent 42% of the southern border. There's certainly nobody in my district that thinks it's secure. Today in San Antonio is 102 degrees. About a month ago it was the same temperature, and we found 53 migrants cooked to death in the back of a trailer. Nothing has changed. You know, about 3 weeks ago, Secretary Mayorkas came to my office in D.C., and we sat and we spoke about a few things. I asked him for one thing in particular to help with this crisis. That's repatriation flights out of Del Rio, Texas. Those are essentially flights where folks that do not qualify for asylum, which are about 95% of the migrants coming over, they get put on a plane, and instead of getting sent to another ICE detention in the United States, they get sent back to their country of origin. It's the only way this goes away. I'd also say we can't wait on the administration to fix our problems. Congress is an equal body of government, and we got to roll up our sleeves. I've hosted 12 congressional delegations. Tomorrow I'm hosting our Chief Deputy Whip, Drew Ferguson, and others, and we have pushed on this. As a rank and file member, it's my job to bring light to what is happening, and I'd say we need new leadership in the House. Kevin McCarthy has made 2 trips to my district. He knows the border extremely well, and I look forward to him being the next Speaker of the House as we roll out this commitment to America.
All right, Congressman, you mentioned Drew Ferguson, Kevin McCarthy. They are both Republicans. I'm going to play some clips for you of 2 folks who are not Republicans and get you to respond on the other side.
This is a real burden on New Yorkers as we're trying to do the right thing. There's just a whole host of things that this is going to produce, and that's why we need help.
We're dealing with a federal issue that the District of Columbia won't be able to bear. So it requires the federal response.
All right, Congressman, that's the mayor of New York and the mayor of D.C. Unless something's happened since we went on air tonight, they are not Republicans. They are Democrats that are complaining about the state of immigration in this country. So what is the Democrat House plan? What have they done since they had all the gears of government beginning in 2020?
Yeah, no, of course we'd see these Democrat mayors and other folks complain about it because it's pure chaos. What you're seeing is the Democrats control the House, they control Senate, and they control the White House, and they've created this problem. I'm of the mindset, how do you go over them, under them, or through them? As you know, in Congress, it's very divided right now, but if you roll up your sleeves and if you find partners, you can find people that want to go to work. I was excited 2 days ago. I hosted Darren Soto. He's a Democrat from Florida. He came to my district. We went to Del Rio. We saw the border. We met with ranchers. We talked about immigration reform. We stopped by Uvalde, met with mental health facility, and spoke with different folks. You know, this is the type of, it's a one-off. You'll never see Nancy Pelosi here. You'll never see AOC and some of these others. But I think that's what it takes to go, hey, how do we put our politics aside and roll up our sleeves for the betterment of everybody? I think it could happen, but you know better than anyone else how difficult it is to work in that lane.
Yeah, I gave up. That's how difficult it is. But you were there, and the midterms are coming, and Republicans may very well retake the House. So let's assume we have the House, maybe don't have the Senate, certainly don't have the White House. What is the House GOP plan? If you could have a plan to solve immigration, border security, what would that look like?
Yeah, you know, I think it starts with us earning the trust of Americans. And we saw a little taste of it, especially Hispanic Americans are coming over in droves to the Republican Party. And I think we have an opportunity to change the scope of the party and politics, not for just this year, but for decades to come. You know, I served 20 years in the military. I served 5 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. I love to fight, and I love to watch boxing. You know, we saw the Mayra Flores win this special election. To me, that's the undercard. what we're going to see is the main event in November, and you're going to see candidates like Juan Ciscomani and Tanya Willis in Arizona pick up seats. You're going to see Lori Chavez in Oregon pick up seats. You're going to see Monica De La Cruz in South Texas. And I think there's an opportunity. And then once again, when we, the Republicans, have the majority in the House, we have to deliver. It's about governing. And I think a big part of that is this commitment to America that you're going to see Kevin McCarthy roll out here soon. And all of us are going to get behind it. That's a good start. We have to start delivering for all Americans.
Congressman, thank you for joining us on Sunday night. Thank you for your service in uniform to our country, and we would love to have you back on another Sunday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Trey.